What's up guys, and welcome to Maso Plays. Today we have another re-upload of a video game I played on my previous channel, Mason the Brock Henderson. While I'm still working on moving my backlog of videos over to this one, I will continue to upload current Let's Plays on that channel. I also do reviews of TV shows and movies on that channel, and if you want to see me talk soccer, you can check out my other channel, Blues and Stripes. But to try to get caught up as quickly as possible, I'll be uploading 2 videos per day until we get caught up to the present series that I'm on. But with all that being said, let's get to the video. Can't handle me right now. I would assume, though, that this means that he can now control Ifrit. But I could be wrong. Oh. Wait, huh? What's happening?
Still you deny it, even when the truth's staring right at you. Come on, Clive. Face your fears.
Okay, I guess battling Ifrit wasn't enough. Now we gotta face our dark side. Well, he's a lot easier to stagger, but he is not taking as much damage. Get down, fake me.
Not this time.
Okay. That's rude. Okay.
Garuda, lend me your...
And keep hitting. Keep hitting. Burn. I don't even know if that's like the best damage to do, but I think it is. Oh. We're gonna do some cinematic stuff here? Because that would be cool. Ooh, is he semi-priming? Am I gonna be able to semi-prime now?
I see. You'd have me learn by example.
Oh. Oh, okay. Okay, alright, okay. Calm down, bud.
Not this time.
Okay, that move is definitely not one I want to get caught in again, because that was some serious damage. And sit down. Okay. I don't know if I can use my burn move yet. I can, yes. Incinerate. Well, it's not incinerate, but you know what I mean. I'm taking you down, fake me. Hellfire. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Gotta run. Gotta run. Gotta run. Oh, right into a fire. Okay. Not too bad. Oh, I thought I dodged that. That's fine. Okay, alright. Oh no. Okay.
Not this time.
Okay, pull him down.
Too slow.
Got you. Am I gonna be able to do all these moves when I semi-prime?
Too slow.
Okay, I'm definitely starting to get moves set a little bit better. Oh man, I was just about to stagger you. Ow. Alright, Clive, it's time. Do it.
No escape, eh?
Semi-prime.
It's alright. I'm done running from you.
I think. I hope.
Together, then. It's time to find out who we are. Once and for all.
Oh, snap. Accept the truth. Let's do it. Oh, hell yes.
Show yourself, Ifrit.
Oh my god, look at... Holy crap. Burn. Look at the damage. I didn't even do my full, Pull him. Damage. Oops. I didn't mean to press that. That's my bad. Oop.
This time.
Staggered. I'm going to destroy you. Oh my god, that's amazing. And this music is epic as hell. I love it. do it, Clive. Time to prime. Oh my god, it's prime time, bitch. I'm sorry. I'm ruining this epic moment by telling terrible jokes.
Enough. I know the truth of it now. You are not Ifrit. I am.
Holy shit. Button mash. And again. Can't handle me. And again. Finish him. Hell yeah. Oh my god. Oh, it was awesome. I loved it. Shadow vanquished. I'm shaking. It was intense. I loved it. It's exciting. Fire shard. Power of an icon Ifrit made manifest. This shard of crystal is hot to the touch and can be heard to emit a soft hum when held to the ear. Well, considering, I think when we slayed Garuda, I think we got something similar that we used to craft a weapon, so maybe it's the same thing here. We'll craft a powerful weapon with it. So I'm guessing semi-priming is going to be one of those. Oh. Uh-oh. It's a very menacing laugh. Acceptance.
Clive, are you all right?
Jill. It's nothing. I'll be fine. No more chasing shadows. The hooded man isn't here. We should go.
I feel like he is, though, watching from somewhere.
Clive, are you sure you're all right? Whatever it is, you can tell me.
I had a hard enough time telling myself. I awakened as a dominant of fire, right here in this castle, and I've been running from it ever since. But now I know for certain who I really am. The second icon of fire, who killed my brother and burned this castle to the ground, was me. Ifrit.
Clive.
I took so many lives that night, and destroyed so many more, including yours. and I must atone for the crimes I've committed. But not before I learn the whole truth. How can a second icon of fire even exist? And why was I chosen as its dominant? Who is the hooded man who brought us here? And what does he want?
All very good questions.
I need to know.
So do I, Clive. Let's do
And
it.
since I'm still breathing, I might as well make myself useful.
We'll find your answers together. I want to learn the truth too.
Hell yeah, Jill.
There'll be time enough for atonement when we're done.
I was hoping you'd say that. I don't think I could do this without you. You never were one to hide from the truth, even when we were young. And you haven't changed a bit.
You're wrong. I have changed. But I don't want to be that person anymore. The things she did were unforgivable. And yet, they're what brought us back together.
Thank you, Jill.
I wonder if we're ever going to find out. Yep, there he is.
If he is here, then the disturbance I felt at the care must have been confounded. The hour is later than I thought.
What? Meanwhile, I have no idea what's going on with Joshua Castle. Dasbond? Thinking he might be the next icon that we face.
Tell me, who did this, or I'll see you suffer the same fate.
The man who delivered the coffer said, he said Sid paid him.
Oh no.
I let you run amok with the rest of your rats, and this is how you repay me? Find out where he is. I'll crush him, flay him, rip out his heart, him and all his filthy brood, and send every last one of them to hell. Out. Now!
Yes, my lord.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
Benedicta.
It is weird that Sid would send that to him, though. The meaning of life. Ifrit awoken. Clive has gained control of the icon Ifrit, allowing access to new iconic abilities such as Ignition, a fiery lunge that drives back enemies while dealing continuous damage, as well as unlocking the Limit Break gauge. Slots for Ifrit's abilities are shared with those for the Phoenix and can be confirmed via the Abilities tab in the main menu. The limit break gauge is located beneath Clive's HP bar. Releases Clive's inner beast and semi-prime into Ifrit by pressing L3 and R3 when his gauge is full. Gauge fills in battle both by taking damage as well as by successfully performing offensive and defensive maneuvers. Semi-priming temporarily grants increased attack potency and speed, gradual HP regeneration, and guard-breaking strikes. Sweet. Oh, that's so awesome.
What next?
We return to Eastpool. I promised the mayor I'd talk to him again. About Lady Hannah amongst other things. Though she may be loath to leave, I can't help thinking she'd be safer with Sid too.
All right. We should arrange an introduction then.
Oh, I hope they're still alive. But no, I do wonder if maybe somebody's manipulating things behind the scenes, though. Like paying somebody to say that Sid is sending... I don't know what was in the box. Uh-oh. Torgal, why are you growling?
Torgal, what is it?
Torgal?
Nothing good, I'll wager. Come on.
Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm also hearing... eerie music. Oh, God. Oh, I'm scared. Oh, damn it. Why did I have to be right?
What happened here?
Imperials! You'll pay for this!
We've got a live one.
What are you doing here? Answer me!
Remember our orders? No survivors!
Who would order such a thing?
Probably the Duchess. Can we go kill her now?
Stay down! Too slow.
Done. Okay. But yeah, I'm guessing the Duchess probably had something to do with this. So now we have a reason to go deal with her, I hope.
Thought you could escape us, did you, Branded?
You were born a slave, and you'll die one! Kill all the ducal dogs!
Alright, anyways. Time for you all to die.
Ducal dogs. Hey, we're innocent people! Too slow.
Alright, is that it? That was it. Okay.
All must burn! The bearers and those who sheltered them. By Empress Annibella's command!
Dude, you're a little too big to have a voice that high-pitched. Okay.
My mother ordered this.
Oh, okay. I thought I dodged that. It's fine.
I know. You can wait.
Alright, you know what? Time to use this for the first time. Sit down. Okay, so he swings twice. Got it.
burn.
Oh, he's got a lot of health apparently.
Give them all you've got more.
Alright, now semi-prime again.
Keep your distance.
Oh yeah.
Will not yield.
Oh yeah. And he's down. Enemy slain. And some more crafting materials.
I'm sorry, Lady Hannah.
Damn, even she's dead?
You deserved so much better. All of these people did. Better than my mother.
God, this game is dark, man.
We're too late. Gav. Clive. Acting on the orders of the Duchess, eh?
Can we go kill her? Please? Please?
We knew East Pool was harbouring bearers. Thought they were safe enough hidden up here, but someone must have let slip. If they'd have only come to us sooner, none of this would have had to happen. Fuck!
My mother always did despise bearers. The way Father embraced them when the other nations spat on them as slaves. The way an accident of birth gave them a power that others lacked.
But why kill everyone? They meant no harm. They just wanted to be free.
This world judges that a crime punishable by death. Which is why we're going to change it. Gav, we want to help.
Thought you'd got your own stuff to be getting on with.
We do. But it can wait.
In that case, we should head back and tell Sid you've had a change of heart. He was always on it yet to join us.
All right.
And we'd best be quick. Last I heard, he was planning another excursion.
What about the villagers?
Aye. Can I leave yous lot to take care of things here?
Of course. We'll make sure they get a proper burial.
Good.
Thank you. All of you.
When you're ready, then.
Now, rats, lead me to your nest.
Oh no.
Lord Kupka has a message for your leader. If only he knew where to send it.
Man, can we please go kill the Duchess already? Damn. How much is it gonna take for her to be officially the main person we need to kill? Righting wrongs.
To Sid Solar, then. We have a lot to discuss.
Indeed we do.
I heard Otto barking at his lot earlier. Didn't Doesn't sound happy.
Okay, they said something about changing my appearance. Here it is. Appearances matter. I thought it was what was on the inside that counted. Use the appearance option in the Ifrit stone to change the outward appearance of Clive or his party members. The appearance of Clive's weapon can also be changed to that of any previously obtained weapon while maintaining the current weapon's stats. Okay. Ooh, it's got icy blue. I mean, I'm gonna keep him normal because I like his great coat. But Snow White. Is this a reference to? Wasn't there like an action-oriented Snow White movie? Is that at all a reference to that, or is it just, you know, Snow White is in it's a white shirt and she is Shiva's dominant, so snow? I don't know. Burnt black. Ooh. Not gonna lie, that looks sick. I think I'm gonna leave it on that for now. That's cool. Yeah, here, sure enough, you can change it to whatever. Stormcry does look pretty cool. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have it on Stormcry. I like it. Okay, we did pick up Orchestrion roll. Forevermore. I like that. We'll have that for now. Oh, that's adorable. Since Karen took such good care of him, Torgal decides to hang out with her whenever he's here. Good puppers. Alright, I saw you, Moogle, earlier. I guess I can talk to you now. Blah! Careful you don't set that breath alight, Kupo. That's all you gotta say? Really? Or we're gonna have some meaningful heart-to-heart about the blacksmith. What is it, good?
Clive!
Oots.
You're alright! I thought you might be... Ah!
Yeah, I'm fine.
Very
Alright. Hippocrates?
And how might this old soul give...
Well, I'm gonna tell you all about this stuff, and then you're gonna learn it, and you're gonna update. Oh, so close to level 3.
What subject shall we consider today?
Okay, same as before, I will scroll through the new stuff, and anything that I find interesting I will point out. Yeah, so right here, his greatest treasure, however, was always Benedicta Harmon, so when a servant of Walud informed him that his love had been slain by Cid, his fury toward the outlaw and his allies knew no bounds. So it seems like somebody is using Benedicta's death to manipulate Kupka into coming after Cid. I don't know why. It is interesting. Yeah, it's very odd to me that Hannah was also killed off. Mainly because I thought they were setting up possibly a bit of conflict between her and Clive. Because I figured once Clive came to accept the fact that he was the cause of what happened at Phoenix Gate, he might say something to her about it and apologize, and she might kind of despise him for it, at least for a little bit. But the fact that she was killed before she even find that out is like, damn. I swear, this game, I don't expect people to make it in this game. I feel like at the end of it, it's just going to be a bunch of corpses, and that's it. Alright, so here's something kind of interesting. We already knew Annabella was kind of ridiculous with her leadership, but here it talks about Annabella Lesage, once Duchess of Rosaria, now Empress of Sambrec, was granted stewardship of her former home and the title of Vicereine, a role she embraced with sadistic relish, enacting a regime of crippling taxation and constant surveillance, along with renewed persecution of the bearer population. I really hope we do find out a bit more about her, because if it feels like she's just kind of one note, typical, I want power, and so I'm going to do whatever it takes to get that power, and I see everybody else as beneath me. But I don't know, I hope there's maybe a little bit more fleshing out of her character. I'm not necessarily saying make her a sympathetic character, but I would like to know why she became this way. You know, it's something that I feel like a lot of movies and superhero stuff has done a lot better now, is getting to actually understand the motivation behind why some of these bad guys do these bad things. Some of it has taken maybe a little bit too much of a, oh, there are no bad people, it's just, you know, feel bad for them, they went through a rough time. I'm not saying I want every villain to be like that. I don't mind it when the villain is sympathetic, but I do prefer whenever, even when we have a total piece of shit like she is, I still prefer to know why she's that way. You know, it makes them a lot more interesting rather than just oh no, they're just terrible people and that's it. So I guess we'll see how much they decide to tell us about her. So this might be some information about why Annabelle is the way she is. So ducal loyalist, talking about, I guess, just the duchy in general. The term had a different meaning in the time before imperial occupation. Rosario was founded by a union of several small independent nations, each led by its own noble house. These houses remained powerful even after unification, sometimes leading to friction between the loyalists who argued for the Archduke's ultimate authority and the separatists who pushed for a return to autonomy. So there might have just been some infighting, and maybe Annabelle comes from a family who sees themselves as the ultimate heirs to the throne. Possibly, maybe that has something to do with it. Maybe we'll learn a bit more about these families as the game goes on. Okay, so something kind of interesting. I've already looked at the Night of Flames, but this happened in 860. The territorialization of Rosaria. In the year 861, taking advantage of the discord arising from Rosaria's internal woes in the wake of the Night of Flames, the Ironblood launched an attack that inflicted devastating losses on an already crippled nation, robbing it of what little power remained. Later the same year, Sambrecht stepped in and forced the once proud duchy to submit to one final humiliation by becoming a vassal state of the empire, just as Duchess Annabelle and her imperial conspirators had planned. So it sounds like they basically just wanted all of this to happen. I mean, obviously, considering she's now in power. I guess this also explains how Jill ended up in the clutches of the Ironblood, because I'm assuming during this attack in 861 they probably took her. So this is definitely a word I'm going to have to look up later. The Vice-Regency. After the incorporation of Rosaria into the Empire, Emperor Silvestre, I don't know, we'll probably hear it later, elected not to rule the new province directly, but to make of it a Vice-Regency with Rosalis as its provincial capital. So I have no idea what that word means, but I'll look it up probably after I'm done recording here. And I probably should learn some of these terms anyway and what they mean in relation to political power in this time. Here we go. Okay, so the Iron Kingdom actually attacked in the year 860, and then in 861 is when the Empire stepped in. But yeah, like it says, the Iron Blood unleashed a wave of murderous destruction on the Rosarians and returned home with human spoils in the form of countless young women and children, Jill Warwick among them. So that explains that. So here we've got the Crystal's Curse. The price bearers and dominants pay for channeling ether through their bodies, gradual petrification of their flesh. Does not affect those who use a crystal to cast magics. Beginning with a stiffness and ache in the extremities as the curse progresses, limbs are rendered immobile and the pain unbearable. At last the victim turns completely to stone and their body crumbles into dust. There is no known cure. I wonder what determines, what makes somebody a bearer. I don't know. Because it seems like the only difference is one person is able to use magic without a crystal, and a normal human has to use a crystal. But I don't understand why people look down on bearers for that, though. What caused people to see bearers in such a poor light? Maybe we'll get some explanation. Like, there was a group of bearers that did awful things, and so it just kind of became kind of how any bad stereotype about a group of people comes, is just you have something that causes people to assume, oh, everybody that's like them is like that. So I wonder if we'll get information about what caused that later on. Alright, so this gives a little bit more information about dominance. There's only ever one dominant for each icon, which we know to be true so far. A new dominant only awakening after the previous dies. Some awaken at birth while others are chosen later in life, but once one is chosen, one's life changes forever. So I wonder how they knew that Clive wasn't picked by the Phoenix. Because it seems like they were already convinced that he wasn't going to be, but it seems like it could happen at any time. I don't know. And clearly he wasn't chosen to be Ifrit until a little bit later. Wow. So most follow their orders, turning steadily to stone with each draw on the ether, to lose one's life to the curse being lauded as a hero's death. I mean, I don't know how many of them actually believe that, but still, just to basically be like, oh yes, you guys are serving the Empire so well, good job. You're gonna die a hero's death by doing what we tell you to do. I mean, that's just, man. Once again, it kind of shows that there are no good guys seemingly in this story. Like the King of Waloed and Benedicta, they seem to be doing something pretty evil, but the Empire's just as bad. Yeah, I don't know what this painting is supposed to be of. I'm guessing that being, whatever it is going to be who we end up fighting at the end of the game, more than likely. Because that's typically what happens in Final Fantasy games. You fight this almighty, powerful god at the end of it. Okay, so I didn't have this thought, but knowing that these things are made from the same material as the Fallen Ruins, which they said are not able to be destroyed, but I'm glad they actually do have a reasoning for how you can beat them. It says, though repeated blows will cause individual plates to dislodge, eventually causing the entire construct to collapse on itself. So, very, very clever that they do have a reasoning for, okay, you can't destroy them, but you can at least break them apart. Okay, I feel like this is a little, well, I don't know, maybe a little bit of a spoiler, because these things are called Ultima's Thralls. So that makes me think now that the being is Ultima, which it's a name that I do know from other Final Fantasy games and such. So I guess that's going to be the big thing to defeat at the end. I did forget, we did have goblins, and we did have, even though it's not a Marlboro, Morbles. So we have had a couple of more classic Final Fantasy enemies. Oh yeah, and the Adamantus as well. Forgot about that. Now we're moving on with the story.
Just taking a quick breather, ain't I?
Can I go in here? I can't. Anything to say, Tarja?
I can set a broken arm, soothe a cough, settle a stomach. But there is no remedy for what happened in Eastpool. My talents are worthless in the face of such cruelty.
Who's this? Oh, Jill.
We can keep running, or we can walk through this door.
Alright, Sid. We're here. Can I help you fight?
This place is getting more crowded by the day.
I tell myself the bustle's a blessing. There'll be time enough for quiet contemplation when I'm dead. So, did you find the answers you were looking for?
I did.
I still don't know what to make of this gift, curse, or whatever it is I've been given. But there is one thing I can say for certain. I am a dominant, Ifrit. And there is nothing I can do to change that. It is a burden I must bear until my dying day.
Spoken true. Forgiveness and in turn salvation can only begin with acceptance. It's a path we all must walk, no matter how colourful our histories.
Sid, you once told me that you wanted to build a place where people could die on their own terms.
I did.
I've been thinking about that. Why not a place where people can live on their own terms? For 13 years, killing was all I knew. So obsessed with death that I never stopped to consider the lives of those around me. Lives that I see now were scarcely worth living. Be they bearers or beggars, most march blindly to their end, never realizing that they too deserve a choice. And I dare not turn a blind eye to their suffering any longer.
Good for you, Clive.
So, atonement then, is it?
That was the answer we found.
The only one we need.
I'll be expecting you both to pull your weight.
And we will.
Well then, with a sprinkle of fire and ice, this plan of mine might just work.
What trouble are you looking to get yourself into now?
The best kind. We're going to sneak into the Imperial capital and pay a visit to Mother.
Oh, are we gonna kill her? We're gonna kill her? Please tell me we're gonna kill her. I'm so earlier. I'm so ready to kill her. Sorry. Or Oriflame? Oriflamme? Council of Elders.
And the last of our farmholds in the eastern provinces has succumbed to the Blight.
Without their yield, we will be hard-pressed to fill the capital's granaries before winter.
If there is a capital by then, the Black creeps closer as we speak.
And yet you do naught but bawl and bluster.
Your Radiance?
If it is fertile land the Empire requires, we need but look south.
If you mean the crystalline Dominion's holdings, we are bound by mutual accord. Theirs is a neutral state whose borders we are sworn to respect.
Do you think it matters to him?
Did we swear to see our people starve?
Well, I really do think that...
The gates of Oriflamme buckle at the flood of those come seeking refuge from the Blight. If there is not grain enough to feed those within our walls, how, pray tell, will we feed those without? But instead of setting your minds to riddles such as these, you lock horns with an enemy from across the sea, sending our soldiers to the slaughter in their thousands. The Empire bleeds, and you sit here prattling like crones in a tea house. And you fancy yourselves leaders of men. Sanbreque is naught without her citizens. We are but their servants. If their land is being wrested away, it is our duty to claim new lands for them.
Your Radiance! You cannot mean a war of conquest.
I believe he does.
That is exactly what I mean. It is time we expanded our dominion. This is the will of great Grieger.
There will be uproar. Then we must find a way to distract the citizenry.
But how much will that cost? And what of our legions? Shall we raise the furs?
Well, someone will have to contend with the Dalmex.
I will not keep you. You all have much to do. Where is my son?
The Lord Prince is currently garrisoned at the Strait of Author. If it please you, I can send word requesting his immediate return to the Holy Capital.
That won't be necessary. Tell him instead to see to his wounds. Bahamut's strength will be needed again soon.
As you command.
Something funny to me about the fact that he's just like, alright, so here's what we're gonna do. I know it's gonna be tough. You guys figure it out. I got other things to do.
I must have misheard. You mean to tell me that the Mother Crystals are the reason the world is dying? Are you mad?
I have been called that on occasion, but no, not today. We've all seen it firsthand. Empty wastes where once were green meadows. Land drained so dry of its ether, not even the rats remained. But where was it all going? I spent years searching for an answer, until I saw it standing right in front of me. There, in the self-same crystals we look to for their so-called blessing.
Interesting. Also, I'm thinking
Right,
when he said
listen.
mother, he wasn't talking about Clive's mother.
Take this crystal. How does it allow us to conjure magics? Answer, by drawing ambient ether from the air. And where do these crystals come from?
That's easy. They're mine from the mother crystals.
That's why you can't use ether in the Deadlands.
Although admittedly this here fits more easily in the pocket.
But the mother crystals are massive. Some as large as mountains.
So you see the problem. Imagine just how much ether can be drawn by something that size. As to where it's all going, mind, well, I can't know everything, can I?
We are taught that the mother crystals are divine. Their ether a gift from the heavens. For centuries, nations have fought and fallen for want of that gift. If what you say is true, how did no one else see it?
Who says they didn't? Maybe the truth was inconvenient.
Inconvenient to whom, exactly?
People making money off of it, probably.
The higher-ups? The gods themselves?
So now you want to do something about the crystals? And what? We're not helping bearers and dominants anymore.
I didn't say that. I made a promise and I intend to keep it. But if we continue down this path, there's only one fate that awaits the realm. And we can't very well set our people free if they're all lying dead in a blighted ditch.
Fair enough.
Not if we want to create a place where they can live on their own terms anyway. Sort of defeats the purpose. So, if we have to bring the old world crashing down in order to build us a new one, what say you? Are you with me?
I suppose it's about time I repaid your faith.
Stab! Alright, Gav, now you stab it.
You could have just said aye. But it's nice to have you aboard all the same.
Oh, I wanted all of us to stab it, though. That would have been cool. But it also makes sense why Branded and Dominants end up dying.
Into? I'm going to need more than a few potions for this.
Good point. But yeah, if they're using up all the ether in their bodies, I mean, ether, I'm guessing, is going to be basically, I guess, life. Kind of reminiscent in Final Fantasy VII in that way. Talking about like the life stream and such. Alright, before we continue on, I'm going to talk to these side quest givers. Alright, Glenn the Courier.
You've lost a letter. Nothing too important, I hope.
Not just a letter. I lost everything. There's a hole in my damn pack, and fool that I am, I didn't bloody notice.
What a bloody fool.
It can't be that bad, surely.
How could it be any worse? I'm a courier. I carry things. If I can't do my job right, then what am I good for?
Nothing. Might as well just kill you right now.
I buggered it right up. That means no herbs for the infirmary, and no fresh meat for our cooking pots.
Damn it, Glenn.
Most of all, that letter I lost, it was for Sid. A letter he's been waiting on for days.
Maybe if you retrace your steps.
I'd scour Storm from coast to coast if I could, but there are curse breakers in the field, counting on my arrival. No, I'll just have to own up to Otto and Sid. They're gonna skin me alive.
It's not my problem. No, I'll help you out.
Fine. Tell me where to look.
I'm a nice guy.
Are you serious? Thank you.
It sounds like the hideaway could use those supplies. So, where should I start?
Gotan's bales, perhaps? I took a tumble in the bushes when I was passing through. There's a chance my pack might have caught on something. If you can find everything I dropped, you'll be doing us all a favor. And if you can find Sid's letter, you'll be saving my life.
If it's there, I'll find it.
Wonderful. Now, I have to run if I'm to make my next delivery in time. I trust you can find your way to Gotan's bales. Oh, and hurry, will you? Sid doesn't like to be kept waiting.
As long as you patch up that hole in your bag.
I'm sure he doesn't.
Red letter day.
The letter won't last very long out in the elements. I should make for Sambrek as soon as I can.
He's never this late. I can't help but fear the worst.
Alvin the postmaster.
Where are you, Randall?
Is everything all right?
Probably dead.
Forgive me, young man. I was in a world of my own. I'm worried about my friend, you see. He left some time ago and hasn't returned. And you know what it's like out there for a bearer on his own.
Why leave the safety of the hideaway?
For coin. Sad though it is, our need outweighs the risk. The hideaway can't survive on goodwill alone. And though Karen does what she can, her coffers aren't bottomless. Wait, you were a soldier, were you not? In the Imperial Army?
I was.
Then I ask a favour of you. I'm too old to be traipsing hither and yon. Will you go and find him for me?
I'll do what I can.
I'll do what I can.
Oh, thank you.
What can you tell me about your friend?
His name is Randall, and I suspect you'll find him in Lostwing. He's been working for Quinton, the tavern keeper. He'll know something, I'm sure.
I'll speak to him.
Safe travels, my friend. And thank you again.
Don't mention it. Needs of the many. Okay. Before we tackle these side quests, I do want to check out these new recipes, or whatever they're called, from Blackthorn.
I see I'm busy here.
Aha! I was right. Oh, so actually it upgrades from Stormcry to Flame Tongue. Yeah, that's strong.
Not bad, if I do say so myself.
Okay, well let's check out this new weapon. What does it look like? Ooh. It's also kind of interesting that as we get new abilities, you got Stormcry, which is obviously more wind-based, and now Flame Tongue, more fire-based. I like that though. Let's have that one for a little while. Okay, so Ifrit has been channeled. Ooh. Add some more stuff in the center here. Summon a storm of fireballs that circle about Clive, damaging nearby targets while also absorbing damage. That's pretty sweet. We've got Ignition. Attack while charging, inflicting multiple hits and forcing the enemy back. Can be used in midair. It's also pretty sweet. Okay, so if we upgrade, we get a third limit break gauge, and if we master it, we get a fourth one. So just extends the amount of time, which is pretty cool. Oh, excellent. So I just checked both of these for the charged magic and the charged burning blade. Mastery reduces the amount of time it takes to imbue it, so I'm actually going to go ahead and get both of those, because that's awesome. I think I'll also go ahead and get both of Ifrit's abilities as well. And last up, we'll go ahead and master Lunge, which increases the distance, and ability potency increases with distance. So I guess the farther I lunge, the stronger it is. Alright, let's tackle these side quests, and this might be the last thing that I do for tonight.
The courier said his pack might have split while he was passing through the bales. I better keep my eyes open.
What exactly am I looking for, though? Oh. I guess this.
Good. Looks like I'm in the right area.
Here we are.
More of the lost supplies.
And one more over this way. And here they are.
I doubt he could have fit much more in his pack. Still no sign of Sid's letter, though. We've come this far. Might as well ask around.
Hey you see a letter?
A little overdressed to be picking grapes, aren't you? Are you here for Master Quentin?
Do I look like a grape
I'm looking
picker
for a
to
letter
you?
someone dropped nearby, and I suppose you've seen it.
Can't say I have, sorry.
Well, if you do.
Wait, I did pass a dog with something in its mouth a little while back. Could have been a piece of paper. No idea if it was your letter, but you never know.
Which way did it go?
Towards Lost Wing. Seemed well looked after to me. Dare say someone there's been feeding it.
To the village then. Thank you.
We'll go find the puppers. We'll pet him until he gives up the litter. Oh, I see something over here. Look at the puppers.
It seems we have our culprit.
Hi, buddy.
Sorry, boy. Someone's waiting for this. But he's waited long enough already.
I can't help it, I'm sorry.
Hopefully this will keep our career out of trouble.
I thought we were gonna see who was feeding the dog, but I guess not. Go ahead and check the shop on here.
The innkeeper is a friend of mine.
Lionheart tonic. Gradually fills the limit break gauge for 30 seconds. Sweet. Yo, Quentin.
Ah, if it isn't Sid's young protege. To what do I owe the pleasure?
I'm looking for a bearer called Randall. I hear he's been coming to you for work. He was expected back at the hideaway some time ago. A friend of his asked me to check on him.
Randall, you say? The porter? Yes, I know him. And I can't say I'm surprised if he has been delayed. I gave him enough to do. Though, thinking about it, he should probably have been back by now.
I'll go and look for him. Where was he headed?
He was to meet an associate of mine to the south of here, on Lorbert's Pass. I do hope nothing's happened to him. Be sure to let me know, Clive.
Why did the music stop?
Can I have another cup, Daddy?
That was strange.
Left for me.
Also, I will say, I'm not the biggest fan of Quentin. The voice acting is not bad, it's just... it's a strange choice to make him so... To give him so many pauses, it's just not great. For me, at least. Because it feels like I'm sitting here... Okay, say what you want to say. Come on, Quentin. Say it. Well, why are you taking 3-second pauses in between each sentence? It's annoying. Randall. We found you. Oh. Or no, this guy Randall was supposed to meet.
You alright?
The hanged man. Thank the gods. You're one of us. We were attacked. Beastmen on the road.
Uh-oh.
Randall knew he didn't play the hero, but the sod insisted on drawing him off.
Where did this happen?
Further down the road. In the clearing. Please. You have to see that he's safe.
I'll do what I can. You go back to Lost Wing and tell Quentin what happened.
We're coming to save you, Randall. Don't be dead. There's already been so much death in this video.
Goblins. Why am I not surprised?
Ow. That's not fair. Oh my goodness. Now that all the little ones have been taken out, I can focus on you.
Give them all you've got, boy.
And burn. Back up, back up, back up.
Too slow. Don't let them get away. Keep your distance, boy.
Time to take him down. Done. Bone necklace. Gross. Oh no! He did die! Damn it! Why is there so much death in this game?
Sorry, Randall. Looks like I was too late. He doesn't deserve to rot by the roadside. I'll speak to Quentin.
Well, Final Fantasy XVI has made it very clear. You can't save anybody. Everybody's gonna die. It's all hopeless. Isn't that fun?
Ah, there you are. My man told me what happened. And? I can't help but notice you're alone.
Yep, I failed again.
Damn it. I feared as much.
He's not far from the south gate. I trust you'll do right by him.
Of course. I'll send someone right away. I knew he was brave, though I didn't know he was reckless. Poor fool.
And you known him long?
A while. I liked the fact that he didn't shy away from dangerous work, and he liked what I paid.
Because it helped keep the hideaway afloat.
I'll tell Sid what happened here. I expect he'll be none too pleased to learn of Randall's fate. And I suppose you're none too happy either. For your trouble.
Oh, this sucked. But at least we got some crafting material. So I guess that's something to be happy about. Do I get to actually tell him? I don't... Well, I guess we'll see if he says anything.
Well, at least you're safe. Poor Randall. The damn fool. Surely his life was worth more than a handful of coin.
Oh, that's nice and sad. I'm so glad I talked to him to hear that.
His lot earlier.
Maybe I should just... Oh.
Alright, Glenn,
There
we
you
found
are.
everything.
I just got back to the hideaway and thankfully Otto hasn't seen me yet. I don't suppose you,
Found the things you dropped. I did.
You're welcome.
I was so sure they'd be gone. And the letter?
Only a little worse for wear.
Take it.
No more skulking about in the shadows for me, then. And all thanks to you. Losing those supplies is one thing, but if Sid had found out about that letter...
Is it about Cursebreaker business?
If only. It's from his daughter.
He has a daughter?
She's off studying in Canver, and her letters are all that keeps Sid sane while she's away.
Wait.
He never mentioned a daughter.
Well, he's a busy man. And thanks to you, he won't be wasting his time smiting careless couriers with levin bolts. So I'd say you did us both a service. Here, for your troubles.
Sweet.
If there's anything you're wanting from Sid, today's the day. He'll be sweet as honey once he gets his hands on this.
Well, Sid having a daughter is not something I was expecting. Alright, more crafting stuff. Okay, this, I think...
Learn your letters. Easy for him to say.
Alright, calm down, maiden. I think whenever he has the dot above his name, I think that means I'm ready to level up with him. So, go ahead and do that and we'll look at
how might this old soul
what I learned from those past few cutscenes. And... level 3. Extant Encyclopedia.
Fascinating excerpt I've been meaning to show you.
Actually, I'm sorry, it's pronounced Encyclopedia. That's for all you How I Met Your Mother fans out there.
If you have a question for me, I should be happy to answer it.
Alright, I will once again look through here and find the interesting stuff. I guess we're going to learn a little bit about how the Sanbreque Empire is run. So, the High Cardinal, first and foremost of the 5 cardinals who make up the Council of Elders, second only to the Holy Emperor and the Imperial Government. It is his role to lead the council in governing Sanbreque in the Emperor's stead, and providing the latter does not overrule his decisions, his authority is absolute. Interesting. Oh, so Sylvester Lesage, he only won being Emperor because his son became the dominant of Bahamut. I feel like that's going to lead to a moment where his son just decides, you know what, I'm the one that's the dominant here, not you, so maybe I should rule. I guess it depends on how much his son looks up to him. That is interesting, though. That it's not even his fault that he's the emperor. Alright, so this gives a little bit more insight into how the Holy Empire is run. So a nation occupying the northeastern reaches of the continent of Storm, with the great city of Oriflamme as its capital. Sanbreque is the realm's largest theocracy, and home to the Mother Crystal Drake's Head. The empire is ruled by the Holy Emperor, the one true goddess made flesh according to Gregorian faith, who is served unquestioningly by sworn knights of the Blessed Dragon, known more commonly as the Dragoons. So it's very much similar to how I think it was the Romans, the Holy Roman Empire? No, because I'm thinking about, who was it? It's funny, it's only coming to mind. I'm not a huge history buff, but I do watch epic rap battles of history, and they just had one, I think last year. It was Richard I was one of the participants, but I mean his crusades very similar seemingly to how Sanbreque is. So I wonder if they based Sanbreque kind of on his rule, because that's basically what he was all about, was I am basically doing the work of the Lord by going out and taking all of these lands and such. Very interesting setup here. Okay, so I'm pulling this up because it shows the picture. I thought it was just, you know, the castle is built next to a huge glacier, but as it turns out, it says right here, with the Mother Crystal rising above it and the imperial capital of Oriflamme spread out below, its ivory edifice is truly a wonder to behold. So that's actually the Mother Crystal. That thing's huge. So yeah, it definitely makes sense why, I mean, Sid even said, think about how big those things are, so how much ether are they drawing in? It is weird, though, that when they use the ether, it seemingly gets rid of it. Like, you would think it would be channeled into something else, but it seems like they just use up the ether and it kills whatever's around it. But also, I'm going to have another word to look up here. Is that, I'll just highlight that word there. Demesna? I don't know. I'm going to have to look up how to pronounce it and what it means, because it's probably another like medieval monarchy term, I guess. Oh, well, this one would have told me that, yeah, that's Drake's head. Which I still don't know why it's called Drake. It's very odd. Okay, so the Council of Elders has the High Cardinal, who's the representative of Central Sanbreque and the Holy Capital, Oriflamme. And the other 4 cardinals, they, I guess, oversee the rest, looks like the rest of the provinces, northern, southern, eastern, and western. So essentially, it's a monarchy, but it has like a council underneath him that I guess probably makes more of the day-to-day decisions, and the Emperor makes the major decisions. Claims it's Gregor speaking through him. Okay, so the Crystalline Dominion, a tiny independent state straddling the continents of Storm and Ash. Its capital, Twinside, is built on the tiny isles of Ark from which its mother crystal Drake's tail rises. The lack of a dominant has seen the Dominion become the subject of constant maneuvering over the years, both political and military. It was only through the recent convening of the Council of All Nations that a non-aggression treaty towards the neutral body was forged, and a tenuous stability among century-old rivals achieved. So basically, they just wanted to stay out of all of it because they don't have a dominant. So it kind of makes sense that they wouldn't want to fight. Again, we don't know who Leviathan's dominant is. At least I don't think we do. So where does Leviathan come from then, if not this place? Oh, this is interesting. So the Gregorian Church, the state religion of the Holy Empire of Sanbreque, whose followers worship the goddess Gregor, is the one true deity. At the church's head stands the Holy Emperor, voted into office by his fellow cardinals. Supposedly they're equal, though this is widely recognized to be a convenient fiction. Followers of Gregor worship dragons as sacred servants of their goddess, and since the founding days of the empire, have both doted and depended upon them. So it's interesting, though, that seemingly a lot of people realize, yeah, they say that the emperor is Gregor, embodied or whatever, but we all know that that's not right. Very interesting stuff, though. Again, I really like the world building. I feel like they're doing a good job of giving me all of this information as well. Yeah, so it's kind of what I was thinking. The few who learn the truth are hunted down by those in positions of power, those whose power rests on their control of this crucial resource. So basically, the people who control the mother crystals, they realize if they don't have them, if people don't use them, that they wouldn't have that power, which, it's not too far off from reality. The people who have all the power don't want to give it up. Again, more interesting dilemmas forming here. So this is a pretty interesting read, so I'm going to go through all of this. I apologize for the length of it. The Founder. Fear and uncertainty reigned in those early years following the sins of Zemeckis. Not wanting to further incur the wrath of the heavens, the few who survived the fall took to wandering the land, spurning magic and staying to the shadows. So they lived for decades. One man, however, grew tired of this life, it could be called that, and after bidding his companions farewell, climbed a grassy knoll overlooking a forest of beech and alder. Here he gathered a pile of rubble and used it to build a humble shelter in which he spent the night. Next morning, however, instead of abandoning his work, as was his people's wont, he gathered more rocks, adding to the structure until the shelter had become a shack. This he continued for days, weeks, until the shack had become a home. At first, those few wanderers who passed the knoll would shun him, cursing the man under their breaths for his hubris. But as his estate grew and one building became 2 and 2, 3, the people began to slow their steps. It was not long before some took to joining him on that knoll, gathering stones, building new lives, new destinies. This they did without magics or machines, without boon or blessing. They relied on naught but their hands, their backs, their wills, and each other. Slowly, house gave way to village, village to town, and town to nation. The man would one day die, as all men do, but those who remained continued his legacy, expanded upon it, and though his name was eventually forgotten, his spirit lives on to this day in the hearts of all Rosarians. Legend of the Founder, Moss the Chronicler. So, I don't know for sure if this is why, but I would think, since the Empire seemingly, and the people in charge, want to keep people reliant on the Mother Crystals, Rosaria would be kind of a threat to that, since the Founder and what their nation was built upon was the idea of not using the Mother Crystals, not using magic. Kind of an interesting theory. I don't know if that's what they're implying, is that's why they wanted to essentially take over Rosaria and make them a part of the Empire, so that way they don't have a nation out there that's trying not to use the magics. I don't know. Very interesting read, and something that, once again, expands upon this lore in an interesting way that I feel like it helps me piece together sort of what the thought process behind the Empire might be. I did notice some of these are glowing. I think these are the ones that I get for leveling up. So, the Continental Accord, an international pact made at the dawn of the present era, in which such matters as the treatment of bearers and the establishment of a realm-wide currency were laid out. It formed the basis of much of Valestian society as it stands today, including the branding of bearers and their status as non-persons. It also put in place a universal calendar, marking a symbolic fresh start for mankind, albeit one which put magic users at a crippling disadvantage. So essentially we know it's 870, I think 73, maybe 74, but I'm guessing the year 0 or the year 1 that basically started here at the Continental Accord. But I wonder who all was involved with this, like who was in charge of making this, and again, what made them decide, you know what, we're going to treat bearers as non-humans. Because on the one hand, you would think maybe it's out of fear, because clearly bearers are more powerful than normal humans since they can use magic and ether without a crystal. However, knowing that their using of ether basically kills them, I don't know. I don't know if it's out of fear or out of something else, some other purpose. Food for thought for later, I suppose. Okay, but with that, we are going to wrap things up and call it a night here. So, very, very cool scene getting to see Clive embrace the powers of Ifrit and all of that. Also getting to be able to use semi-priming is a lot of fun as well, and I can't wait to see how else that gets incorporated later on, because I feel like it's something that'll probably grow as my powers grow as well. So it's a lot of fun so far, and I think the world building is really what's got me the most interested, because I feel like they've done such a good job at fleshing this world out in a way that is interesting, but also has a lot of mystery. Like, there are a lot of questions that they're posing that some I have theories on, others I have no idea what to think about. Like Joshua, no clue. No clue how on earth he could possibly be back in the past, although maybe that was Clive's other self back then. But if so, then how is Joshua alive now when seemingly he was killed? Does it have to do with being the dominant of the Phoenix? I don't know. As far as why Clive is a second icon of fire, I have my original theory that I still think I'm going to stick with as my main theory for now, which is because both Annabella and Elwyn came from lines of an icon of fire, and they had kids together. It's basically, you know, kind of similar as to how when family members have kids together, it's not quite right. There's a genetic oddity there most of the time. I wonder if they're doing something similar here, where two members of the line of the icon of fire had kids, so it created two icons of fire because of that. The other thought that did pop into my head during this recording session is maybe there's always been two icons of fire. Maybe there can be multiple icons of every element, but for whatever reason, they've kept it to where there's only ever one icon of each element. That seems a little less likely, because that would mean a lot of families are essentially keeping these secrets, and I don't know. I don't see that as being a likely option, but it did pop into my head. I was just like, you know what? Maybe there's always been Ifrit and Phoenix this whole time. Okay, thank you, random NPC. My name is Clive. But maybe in the past, for whatever reason, Ifrit's dominant either was just killed outright, so that way they didn't reveal that there were two icons, or maybe they didn't want to reveal that they were a second dominant because they were worried about, you know, breaking the status quo. I don't know. But it's just something popped into my head, so I thought I'd share that as a possibility as well. But I still think my main theory is probably the most likely, but I guess we'll see when we get there. Yeah, finding out that we're going to be taking down the mother crystals, I guess that will be the main focus of the game. I don't know, because it's kind of just been, you know, focused on Clive and his own journey of discovering he was the one that killed the Phoenix, and he's the second dominant of fire. That's been the main focus so far. I guess now maybe this hunting down the mother crystals will be our main story. I don't know. I'm definitely looking forward to where this story is going next, and I hope you guys are too. So if you enjoyed this, please leave a like and subscribe. It really helps me out and lets me know that you guys are enjoying these videos as well. Also, check out the channel because I have reviews of TV shows as well as another Let's Play going on at the same time as this one. Please check it out. I would greatly appreciate it. But until next time, I hope you all have a great day. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace out.